Greetings, this is Skylar Saunders scene. What's current? We got Cardi B. Doesn't want to be a landlord anymore. Got too tough on her. I don't know. It's weird. She had properties, especially one in Dominican Republic. Her ancestors' native land. Um, she is completely disgusted at the fact that her tenants haven't paid rent in over 9 months. And this is her fault. This is all her fault. Because she could have been smarter. She could have had, a different facility, different, parks, different trailer parks and stuff like that. With people that have disability, social security checks, they're coming in at least once a month. You can time them. They're gonna be there. That's the federal government, or a state government paying out different dividends for people that have disabilities and Social Security. So it is up to her to be more prudent, more wise, more thoughtful in her estimation of what she wants to do. Like in the article that I read, it described how her husband Offset gifted her an Airbnb in Dominican Republic. She doesn't even want it. She wants nothing to do with it. She'd rather take a Birkin bag, and that's trying to draw him into a definite situation. If he's buying her Airbnbs and Birkin bags, it's like, hey, that's questionable right there. Also, I have a question for you. Have you ever dated an ugly partner? And I didn't have space, but would you wife or would you husband? Would you marry an ugly partner? Depending on how much money they have, how much intelligence they have, they just don't have the classical physical looks. They're not classically handsome or classically beautiful or attractive if they're female. So would you do that? All right. So back to Cardi B. So she's on Instagram with those long fingernails. I personally don't have a problem because I don't have to use them, but I wonder how she does certain business. That's all I want to know. How does she have go to the bathroom and do all of that? I don't know, and I kind of don't want to know because it has to be a task to not break them and to not cut herself and to fully clean herself. It's got to be some kind of a task. It's got to be something so much to do. But she's just totally disgusted at the fact that she's not handling her business. Really, it's really her fault. Like I said, she needs to get some tenants with Social Security disability checks at a trailer park, like Mr. Troy Star Terrain did. He flipped that. He invested like a few over $100,000 into a trailer park, and then sold it for a good 7 figures. That's good business. What Cardi needs to do is to find these new age, startup homes or something like that are eco-friendly and have all kinds of amenities, and for people that love whales and snails and trees and bees over human beings, and have them be the tenants, and they'll probably be, most likely pay every single week. Probably it wouldn't be on a monthly case. It'll probably be weekly. That's probably how much it would be, and Cardi B knows it. She's backing down from it. She's showing how depressed a multimillionaire can be at the fact of her own ignorance and her own I'll say from the here's a quote from the article. But I felt like he didn't. Okay, this is it. For a hot minute now, I've been telling Set that I really Offset really want to invest in short-term home rental properties in the DR and other Caribbean countries, since people vacation all year round in those locations. She wrote, continuing the quote. But I felt like he didn't agree with me and would rather put money into other investments. Well, I was wrong. And then they had the emoji, and they had to put in cap in what do they call it? Brackets, partying face emoji. I just can't believe this. And then in brackets, pleading face emoji. This was so amazing to me. Continue with the quote. For one, I'm so happy that you were actually really listening to me and not just smiling and nodding your head so I could stop talking to you about it. Crying laughing emoji. Two, you don't think my investment ideas are whack. Weary face emoji. I don't even know there was a weary face emoji. I don't even know what that looks like. And three, I love that you asked my dad to work with you on this. So she was responding to the fact that she could have her dad involved in the whole process. And this really got me. She added, quote, you and my dad and the breastfeeding emoji. I have no idea what that looks like. Are the most important men in my life, and it makes me so happy that you guys are close and have your own bond and relationship. So Cardi's definitely got, issues. She's got some problems. But she's trying to work it out, it seems. I would just say, she needs to get to these hipsters, or to these yuppies and buppies and stuff like that. If they don't want to, if she doesn't, if the Caribbean vacays don't work out, even though people do summer and winter and spring and fall in the Dominican Republic and across the Caribbean, she definitely had the neck musically. She's one of the best, artists to ever come out in the past 5 to 10 years. Um, she definitely has a flair about her. She has something to say, but I don't know about her landlord duties. Her landlord duties are trash. All she had to do was say, "Look, I gotta make sure I get this pay. This money's got to come in. I don't care how we got to do it, what we got to do, but we're gonna get this money off of these people." And that's what you gotta do. You gotta be a handy woman. She should be a handy woman. In between, cutting records and going into the studio or riding around in the Guinea or the Rari, she should be focused on electrician repair, electrical units, carpentry. She should be focused on installing televisions and furniture and things like that. Learn about water systems, learn about the PVC piping and all of that. She should be She should be brushing up on all of that. All of that should be within her grasp. Every last bit of it. She should be happy to do it. It should be a pleasure, and she should enjoy the fact that she can make more money than she's even making probably as a star right now. She only has one album. Every song went platinum or diamond. She's not feeding for money. Her husband has money. She's good. She'll come out with a single every few. What she had? Bongos, bongos, whatever that song was. And what was it? It had to be top 10 at least if it wasn't number one or on the top 10 list on Billboard charts. But she just drop a song and it'll go fuego. It doesn't take much for her, to be in the top list. I'm gonna look that up right now. See, some things come to me and I'm just like, oh yeah, let's see, Bongos Billboard. Okay, so she got the top 5. She was at the top 5. Get out of here. This was back in September 21st. Let's see where she is now. Hold on. Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B together. I mean, it's just money. That single had to have gone platinum by now. It has to have gone platinum. Let me make sure. Charts. U.S. Hot Billboard 114. Didn't quite make the top 10 so far. It's not at number 14. But let me see. That it doesn't show any certifications, but top 20. That's a certified hit. If you're in the top 40, you're definitely a hit maker. Anything within the top 40 is a hit maker. If you make it to the top 10, you're definitely a hit maker. If you make it number 1, you have achieved greatness on that level. But how many more does she have in her? Maybe these Airbnbs and these different locations have, a special feeling for her. Maybe she's doing this on purpose, just to gather, get clout, get attention, fed into her. This is all based on an Instagram post, by the way. This wasn't an official statement or something like that. This is just her relaxing at home, whining at the fact that she couldn't control her tenants and how much money it's. She's like saying, "Oh well, it doesn't make sense to take them to court and just draw everything out and make things long, and it'll be going on, and it'll just be a mess." So let's not even do that. She has the capability. I think she's a smart woman. I think she really is. I think she is actually pretty smart. Even though the artist formerly known as Kanye West, Ye, says she was an industry plant to get rid of Nicki Minaj. That hasn't happened yet. Nicki Minaj is still rolling tight. She's still rolling, she's still doing big things. Okay, so I have 2 people in here with 2 likes. Show yourselves. Let me see who you are. I can't see your face, of course, but let me just see a 1-up in the chat just to see who you are, who I'm working with. Just like to see that. There's 3 people. So give me at least 2 or 3 people in here. That's the total that I can see who's in it. Okay. Cardi B, yeah, she's completely, I don't want to call her dumb, dizzy, and dippy, but she had to have known that these tenants weren't going to pay. She's out touring and making music videos and cutting records and all in the studio, and they're living it up, not paying their due, eating chicken feet or whatever the hell, hot sauce, pig feet, drinking beer, not worrying about paying their dues, their rent. And she's just, sitting back with her mouth poked out. I don't know about being a landlord anymore. This isn't her actually words, but I'm just paraphrasing. I'm just, give her some sauce. I don't know. I don't want to be a landlord anymore. If you're gonna give me a gift, give me another Birkin. I don't want a DR property. Even though she wants other properties in the Caribbean, because like I said before, they have it's a vacation spot the entire year round because Caribbean is the same weather virtually all year. So, Cardi B has issues. She definitely has issues, but they're minor. I mean, she's a multimillionaire. She should be wise enough, smart enough, able to handle money enough, to not be bogged down in what it is that she is in right now. All the money that she had with her, all that she invested, she could be working on constructing ramps for people with wheelchairs, constructing light systems and security systems. All of that should be in place. She shouldn't be worrying about her tenants being 9 months in arrears. That is amazing. How are you gonna be 9 months in arrears? That is disturbing. And they're just playing her out to be a fool. She's not. I think she's actually pretty intelligent. But I mean, it's just a dirty situation. It's just a mess. It's messy. It is messy. See the neck move. All right, so it is a mess. That's what it is. She never really realized the fact that it's work. That it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna set up this property and it's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna go smoothly. I'll get paid, the money will just flow in, and I don't have to worry about anything. No. Here's a quote from the article too. We have tenants that haven't even paid effing rent like 9 months, Cardi B vented. 9 months. And sometimes we be so busy, and our house managers, they'll be so busy that we like, you know what? Don't even effing take them to court because we just be so effing tired. Like we don't even have time for that because we do so much shit. She continued, oh, people be like, oh, get property, get property, get property. Please, babe. Oh, let's not even talk about the Dominican Republic Airbnb that this nigga bought me. Always something. Please, I don't want properties as a gift. And that was in reference to the Birkin bag that she'd rather have. That what are they, like $20,000 or something? Something crazy like that. Yeah. So she doesn't want any more properties. She's finished with all of that. She's done with snapping up land, and that could be her downfall. That could be her downfall. Excuse me a moment. That could be her downfall. She's worried about the music industry, and she's not worried about her real estate. That could be a problem. That could be a serious issue for her. She's taking in all the ideas of what it means to be a rapper and someone who is supposed to be, a wife and a mother, and have those responsibilities, tacked on her, and also a landlord. She could have learned from Mr. Choice Arthurian too. He was a slumlord back in the 80s. He was not a drug lord, as so many people would love to repeat in those years. He was a slumlord. And at the time, he would allow people that were selling crack to be in those buildings that he was taking taking rent from and property. But he wasn't the one that was, pushing it. He wasn't a crack dealer like that. He tried to sell crack one time, and the cop kicked him in the ass and said, "Get out of here, kid. Keep it moving." And he took the drugs from him. That was his only time that he was ever involved in any drug sales for crack cocaine. But I digress. Cardi B, definitely, a flower, a pretty attractive young lady. But gotta learn how to do business. She should go to community college. She should go to night school. She should go to see about what is it called? Oh my god, was it restaurant and oh my god, what is it? Goddamn restaurant and restaurant and hotel. Restaurant management or a restaurant and hotel management. She take those classes based on property or real estate properties, but not from Rashawn Casey. Stay away from Rashawn Casey and his business partner. Keith is definitely in the building. Salute to him. He doesn't got any money for me, but that's fine. I mean, it's not fun, but he'll get it together one day. So, with that said, Cardi B, yeah, sup chat, sup everyone. There's only one other person in here, if you haven't noticed, that I can see anyway. It says two people in the viewer, count. What time is it over there? Was it like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that? Keith? So if she has, any sense of drive, any sense of 5 a.m., okay, any sense of understanding of what it means to be in real estate and having properties, she should really take those classes and take them seriously. They will help her. She will be engaged in the proper way of saying and showing who she is and what she's about. That's what counts the most. The fact that she is able to show herself to be approved. That's the key to all of this. That's what makes this function. That's what keeps the wheels greased. Keep this thing on track. If you want to use a cliche, Cardi B has it. Cardi B, I know she has it. She has skill, unless she's a plant. If she's a plant, then she doesn't have a clue. She's just in the industry just to disrupt and dismantle. But if she wants to build and create and make and do things, then she should study and read and look at videos and try her best and understand what it means to be a property owner. Because it doesn't just mean that, oh, I got some property. Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna get this money right now. Yeah. No. Like she said, the tenants, they are in arrears for 9 months. Some of them, they're trying to take advantage. They're thinking she's a clown. They're thinking she's a Vic. She's a Mark. They can take all the amenities and all the places of the home and not pay. That's their whole operation. Cardi B has 2 children, Keith. Culture and hold on. Cardi B. She's only 31 years old of age. Let me see here. Just looking it up now. She has a son, but I don't know the son's name. Hold on. I'm looking for it. Hold on. She has a child. I can't find the name. If the damn name, they have to put in Cardi B child name. God damn. Jesus Christ. Wave Set Cephas. That's the boy's name. That's the younger child's name. And he has multiple children outside of their marriage. I mean, before they were married. Let me see. So, if she really wants to be a mother, a a wife, somebody of substance, somebody that wants to diversify her portfolio, she has properties. She just needs to maintain them. She needs to, be a gangstress, I guess you can say, with those tenants, because they're trying to say she's a mark. They can just run all over her. They can just do whatever they want. Go 9 months, go 10 months, go 12, go 18 months. Double it. Let's see what she does. I bet she ain't gonna do nothing. She says she ain't going to court. she ain't going to court, then why should I even bother? Shoot, I'm gonna sit back and play this PlayStation 5 while she's out on, over in Sweden somewhere, getting money, getting a bag, and then she's got to come home. She says, her home managers, because I guess that's a thing that I always wondered about, but it finally came to light, especially during cribs. I'm like, who keeps this stuff? Like, what? They're called house managers. Apparently, they clean, they make sure all the different debris from the trees and the foliage doesn't affect the house, and they keep all the bills paid and all of that and together. I guess that's what a house manager is. She didn't go into complete detail, but that's what I surmise anyway. That's what I can only take in. So it seems that Cardi B has the chance to be a great landlord. If she might have even been half joking. She might not have been that serious. I saw the clip. She seemed like she was kind of detached. She wasn't like in the camera, like real serious. Like, I'm telling you, man. She was more like laughing and kind of giggly and everything like that. She wasn't really paying much attention to being angry or disgruntled or anything like that. Even though she did have her mouth poked out a little bit. But despite that, she pretty much had her ideas all together. With Offset, who I think is a pretty damn good rapper. He's not like in my top 50, but he's somewhere in there. He's in the top 100 probably. But he's definitely he definitely seems like a good businessman. Seems like he has his mind right. Seems like he has his thoughts together. He's not taking to the gram, whining and crying about how the tenants aren't paying, like his wife. He's keeping it discreet. He's keeping it. I'm not telling him no business like that. He might, admonish her, not physically or harshly, but just like let her know, like, what you don't have to go on the Instagram and tell everybody about our business. So if she has any sense, any mindfulness, any thought patterns, she will take it to another level. She would take it to a point of being completely attached to reality. Because if you're detached from reality, then that's your worst enemy. You have to be engaged with truth and reality and what is factual. Those people that have 9 months in arrears, that's disgusting. That cannot stand. She cannot allow that to happen. Trying to play her out for a fool. And they're just laughing, playing video games, eating cornballs. Oh, Greg, I got the broke people on the weekends. Broke people come in on the weekends. During the week, I get people with money. Resume, Greg S. He said pause, and I said resume. And hit that like button. Keith says Cardi B is a mom and a wife first. Cardi definitely needs to get rid of the dine and dash image of her. There was talk about her being a dime and dash kind of person, or worse than that. Like going to bed with men, allegedly, or maybe not allegedly. This might have been straight out of her mouth, but she was allegedly going to bed with men and stealing their money and going out. That's what I think I heard. If I'm mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I think I heard it. Let me make sure. I'm 100% sure that it's that. She drugged and robbed men. This is not alleged. She actually did it. She actually did this. She drugged and robbed men. She's blaming on I had limited options. That's what it is. It's a fact. That's true. And this is from the article. Cardi B explains why she drugged and robbed men. Cardi B has defended herself after a video resurfaced of her saying she drugged and robbed men who wanted to have sex with her and while she worked as a stripper before finding fame. The rapper first faced criticism after the 3-year-old Instagram live video recirculated on social media. So that's the facts. That's not alleged. That's reality. It's true. So if she doesn't want to go back to those days and wants to remain in the music business, I say she better just continue on with being a superstar and let go of the properties, or let Offset handle them and her be the star of the family. Now, we have a totally different situation right now because she's pretty attractive. She's not the most stunningly beautiful woman, but she's pretty attractive. Cardi B. I ask you a question. Have you ever dated an ugly partner? And I didn't have enough space, but I say, would you marry an ugly partner? Male, female, female, male, 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 female, female, non-binary, whatever it is. If they were ugly, they weren't classically beautiful. I know I'm handsome. I get it all the time. They say you're a pretty attractive young man. I said thank you. I just say, and I get it from him. Usually my dad is around. But have you ever had a partner who was ugly? I did. I dated her for a little over 2 months. She was good people though. That's the thing. I guess that's the thing. It's like it was weird too because she didn't have low self-esteem. Not necessarily. She wasn't like I'm ugly and I can't do nothing in this world. No, she was a college graduate, and she went on to get a degree, advanced degree at an Ivy League university. That's usually the case, Greg. He said, bet she gave some good domski. That's usually the case. Either larger, heavy set women or ugly women. They give they probably have throat skills, as we would like to put it. But no, I didn't even have sexual relationships with her. We just dated. We went to Dave and Buster's. We went to a movie. We went to see Atlas Shrugged when it first came out. Which that was the first Atlas Shrugged, by the way, was okay. The other two are just completely horrible, evil, nasty, disgusting movies because they completely perverted Ayn Rand's ideas. So that's just a side note. But this ugly young lady, she was really good people. She knew she was ugly. She wasn't like trying to hide it or try to glaze over the fact that she was ugly. She was like, because we were driving in the car. She's driving her car, stick shift. I swear she had. I would say she had. She had a bigger member than myself because she had like a manly sensibility about her. Like she was feminine at the same time because she had beautiful nails. Nails were well kept, long flowing hair, and wonderful teeth, great teeth. It's just the only thing was her head. It was just misshapen. It was like she had a funny shaped head. It was weird. It was weird. It was a weird shaped head. Keith says, being unattractive myself, I can admit, yes, before I got married, I have dated unattractive women. Okay, I respect that, Greg. Excuse me, Keith. I'm looking at Greg's thing. I respect that, Keith. Greg says, did you pay for her hair and nails? I did not. I did not pay for hair and nails. She did that all herself. She had her own system. She worked her own job. She paid for all that. I paid for dates. I did pay for that because those were my idea. If it's my idea, I'll pay for it. But I did not pay for hair and nails. Not doing that. It's not happening. No bags, no shoes, nothing like that. Nothing like that. But I will pay for dates if it's my idea. But yeah, she turned. We're driving, right? Well, she's driving. I'm in the passenger seat. I'm just like, I'm leaning over, and I'm looking at her. I'm like, something's up. And she's like, "You looking at my funny head, ain't you?" I was like, "Yo!" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" Did you? She didn't go into it. She wasn't like it was a birth defect or anything like that. We just deaded it. Because first of all, she was driving too fast. I was like, "You're going to see the crunch berries." I was just joking with her. Was she high maintenance? She was kind of high maintenance. Yeah, Keith. She was on that high maintenance scale because she had self esteem despite her funny shaped head. She was very like, oh no, I know about this. I have ideas. I have thoughts. I'm an independent woman. I'm that. She was all that. Like I said, she was a graduate from one college, and years later after our relationship, she would graduate from an Ivy League university. So that's pretty much good, and that's how powerful this is. And this is what I'm talking about. This was like the movie Shallow Hal. If you've never seen that movie, it's a classic. It's not monumental, but it's a classic film. It really shows you, the depths, keyword and pun, the depths of shallowness. How shallow one can be depending on somebody's looks and what they have to offer. What do they have? Intelligence. What do they have? Savoir faire. What if they have a culture? What if they have all those ingredients combined, made into one? What if we have that? It was amazing. It was really amazing because she was a good girl. She really was. And I said some slick shit on Facebook one time. She was like, "I thought you were smarter than that," and unfriended me. So it's good because it's like nobody's gonna be searching for what I'm saying right now. They're not gonna look at my Facebook or on my other social networks. We're completely untied, totally not connected in any way. So I can say this to her and she can't sue me. I can say this all over the internet to you three people that are listening right now. Well, it's going to be more in the rebroadcast, but still, you know what I mean. How did she check me, Greg? Please let me know how she checked me. How did she check me? I'll give you a few moments. I'm going to keep running my mouth and let you know how and see how she checked me. Because I went to Massachusetts, unfriending you on FB and talking crazy. Yeah, everybody. There was like 13, 14, there's like 20 people that did that because I was talking crazy. I have bipolar disorder, but I'm not blaming it on that. I'm just saying, I was having a manic episode and I was just spazzing, and she was like, "All right, you're just too much right now. I can't deal with you, and I gotta get you out." She didn't check me. And if she checked me, then 20 to 30 people that were in my friend list checked me too, I guess. But I wouldn't say they checked me. I was in a manic phase. And I was just saying stupid shit. She was just like, "Oh, I thought you were smarter than this." But no, she was a good girl. She just had that funny shaped head. That was and a weird reading impediment. Did you give her an IG? I never even saw her again. I've never seen her since. This is over 11, 12 years ago. It was 12 years ago since I've seen her last. Over 12 years ago. So I saw her last. So I did not give her IG. I've never had to be physical with a woman. I never had to defend myself. That's the only time I would be. Well, I say, yeah, you have to be forceful with a woman. I should say. I've been physical with a woman, obviously, um, but she was good people. She was a really sweet girl. It just didn't make any sense. She wanted to be in the Peace Corps. She wanted to be, going in. I was like, it's not my thing. I'm not really a part of that whole line. No thanks. I'm all right. Let me back away from you. So she she seemed like she had that spark though. She had that spunk, that juice, that swag, that part of like that really attracted me. But she was attracted to me first. I don't know her ethnicity. She was African American. I don't know if she was attracted to me first because I was trying to get a cell phone. This is the first time I got an iPhone, and she knew all the different codes and jailbreak and all this stuff. My phone was jailbroken, and it's got Star Trek episodes on it. It's crazy. It's wild. It's wild. How she had a more, I wouldn't say masculine, than me, but she had definitely a streak about her that was like, Dagny Taggart, kind of like in Atlas Shrugged. She was very capable and very competent and confident about her skills. And I appreciate that. That's what drove me to her. I think my looks drove me to drove her, that's what drove her to me, and then my looks drove her to me, and then her confidence drove me to her. That's not true. That's not true. I don't know where you got that from, Greg S. I only have had sexual relationship with a white woman. That's the only time I had sexual relationships with white women. I've noted on this platform that I like petite, dark-skinned black women and tall, white women with smaller breasts and not fat asses, but just sizable. It's something that's wide, but not too wide, just sizable. Not just pink toes. No, and it's also Hispanic. I had a Hispanic girl. She was beautiful. She was drop dead gorgeous. Okay, there was no question. Green eyes, long flowing hair, smooth features. Everything was. She was very attractive, very much so. But if you if you want to understand what it means to be attractive, that she was it. She was not ugly. So this young lady, with her funny shaped head, we had deep conversations. We used to get into it with philosophy, ideology, sociology, astronomy. It didn't matter as long as it ended with an E. We talked about it. We had super deep conversations. We'd be yelling at each other in the middle of the night. I'm keeping up. I'm at the Coatesville, VA, what they call it, the DOMS, and you pretty much have a bed, a desk, and a bureau for nothing, for cheap. You don't have not even for cheap, for nothing, virtually. You might have to work a job, you might have to do something like that, but for the time that you're in one of the DOMs, you don't have to pay a dime. You just have to go and do like what they call it, silver spoons. You go and feed the elderly veterans at the continued community center. Continued Living Community Center, something like that, CLC. Yeah, at least she was intelligent. She was highly intelligent. She's doing big work right now. Oh, I think she's going all over the world. I mean, I know she's been to Africa, but yeah, she's definitely doing her thing. I'm not mad at her. I'm very proud of her, actually. I'm proud that I motivated all my girlfriends. I motivated all of them to get certifications and degrees and go on to practices. All my girlfriends have been better because of me. If it weren't for me nagging at them and tearing them down and wearing them down and arguing with them all the time, they wouldn't have had aspired to greatness. I pat myself on the back for that. That's word though. That's true. It's got to be true. I mean, they all of them. I'm serious. The first one, she has her master's. Second one, she has I think it's a certificate in something. I think it's a certificate in culinary arts. Third one, she got, like I said previously, she has the Ivy League degree. And the fourth one has she's a licensed social worker. So I'm taking credit for all of that. I wore them down. I terrorized them in their minds. Never physical, nothing like that. But I was a problem. They got sick of me, and I know they were like, "Dang on, I gotta outdo this nigga. I gotta get my weight up. I gotta show them that I did better in life, and that's good. Some people would rather say like, well, I'm looking at her profile and damn, she's 340 pounds or she just lost her jobs and the state took her kids away. Damn. And you should say, well, hey, that's because of me. I mean, I would hate to say that. I know some people would say I love to say that, but I would hate for that to happen. I like saying that I pushed them to points of greatness, and that was my doing. They were inspired by me. They were motivated. I was like a drill instructor, and they were like recruits. Or I was like a gunnery sergeant, and they were cadets or candidates in OCS, officers candidates. So if we find out how we have so many people together that are willing. Okay, Keith, I'm on the cusp. And this is the weekend. I'm gonna answer your questions. I'm gonna answer your questions because it's the weekend and nobody with money is in here anyway. So I'll just answer your questions. My zodiac sign, like it matters, because I'm not with the mysticism. I'm not with anything like that because it's completely unreal and not based on facts. But because look at your horoscope. How much is that worth to you in a day? You may seem like, oh, that seems pretty rational. That seems pretty cool. No, it's not. But I'll get to my zodiac sign. I'm on the cusp. I'm a Cancer and a Gemini at the same time. So that just makes it all the more clear how ridiculous the whole setup is. And by the way, since you're doing the crying face emojis, put up the breastfeeding emoji. I didn't even know there was a breastfeeding emoji. The hell? The hell's a breastfeeding emoji? I didn't even know there was such kind of shit. That's what it said in the article. It says breastfeeding emoji. I didn't even I'll look it up. Let me see. Breastfeeding. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Okay. Now I remember. Now I see it. I didn't even know there wasn't breastfeeding emoji though. I really didn't. It looks like the pregnant emoji from Certified Lover Boy. Yeah, Keelan can do that. And y'all can do that. You can ask questions too, Greg. Guys, nobody's paying. Nobody's gonna be giving me money. It looks like today. I got time. I can answer your bum questions. I know your bums, both of you. Both of you free riding, freeloading off of. Let me see. Spirit, Smooth Tunes, J Tone, Chelsea with the glasses on. Yes, I can be Gemini. I can. I'm on the cusp. I was born on June 21st, 1988, and I was born on the cusp of Cancer, of Gemini and Cancer. Look it up. You can look that up. That's a fact. That's a reality. But just goes to show you how ridiculous the whole horoscope and zodiac sign and astrology thing is. Anyway, it's completely corrupt. Completely corrupt. But yeah, you can ask questions. I'm gonna still talk about this ugly girlfriend and how I wondered if you would marry an ugly person because they could get a bag, they could get money for you. They get your kids may look kind of crazy. You might want to hope that your looks look better than theirs for the kids' sake. And then the thing is, like, what are the criteria for being attractive? Let's go to the male side. Someone like Jay-Z. Oh, Jay-Z's ugly, they say. Why? Because he has a flat, wide nose and large lips? Like any African sculpture or anything like that? Is that why he's not fit into the European mold of what it looks like to be a attractive or handsome man? Is that why? And a woman, same thing. What about? No, I can talk about another man's lips. I'm secure in my heterosexuality. I can talk about another man's lips, and I can't talk about his nose. You can't talk about somebody's nose either. The same. What's the difference? Come on. It's the same thing. And in females, if she doesn't have, voluptuous lips and a pointy nose and blue eyes and blonde hair and very white skin, is she not beautiful? What are those criteria? What makes that? And when you marry this person, you marry this ugly person, this person who looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, something like that. For the females or the homosexual men, and you marry this person, and you know they're ugly, and they know they're ugly, but you want to get it together. You want to make this thing work. You want to have something to think about, to consider together in your ugliness. And that is that possible too? They say, I heard this before. This is like one of those little, street legends, hood phenomena, urban tales, urban legends, that two ugly people get together. They usually make a beautiful child. I mean, it's not ugly, but like Taylor Swift, her mom is kind of heavy. She's heavy. There's no doubt about that. Taylor Swift's mom is she got some meat on her. But Taylor Swift looks like a rail. She's like rail thin and has been for years. She's on some kind of diet plan or workout. She's doing something right to keep her in figure fit in all those costumes that she wears. She's doing something right. But her mama, she's a little hefty, a little hefty. I don't know about her daddy. I haven't seen her daddy in a while, but I always see her with her mom. So, if that's another thing about being fat or ugly, it's different. Greg ass says, I met T Swift in 2008. She has always been skinny. I don't even know if you're telling the truth, but it doesn't matter because she is skinny. Keith says, not all but some black men people believe that white European facial features are more attractive than black African facial features. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I say Jay-Z's lips. That's what I'm saying. Nas even said that. He said, D sucking lips and on ether. He said that. And it's ironic because, Nas is always about black power, black militancy, black, facial features, taking it back. He said, Scott, shout out the nose to impose what basically it still goes on today. You see, with that bullshit rap he had on I Can, talking about all this history that never happened. Like, where are you going? What's going on? Slow down, Nas. That was over. Wow, 2 decades ago. That's 2002. God damn, I'm old. I'm old as dust. I am old as dust. I'm telling you. All right, Greg asks, truth. I used to work at MTV Studios. Haven't always been broke. Okay, still bullshitting. I don't care. I don't really agree with anything you say. Anything you say, I just think it's bullshit. Until, like I said to you, Greg S., you are on my platform. You're guilty until proven innocent. You're the only one guilty until proven innocent because I think you're just full of shit. I can't take you at your word. You have to give definite receipts. You have to give me definite articles and truth and reality. You can't just say something. Oh yeah, I worked at MTV Studios. Yeah, I haven't always been broke. So what happened? You didn't save your money. You didn't. You spent it all on crystal meth or opioids or what happened? And just like I was saying before, I got a little sidetracked. Ugly person, whoever the ugly person is, male, female, she-male, he-male, I don't know. It's all kind of crazy these days, but whatever the case may be, and they're ugly. They just happen to be ugly. They just happen to be an ugly person, and you can make it work. They can provide money, provide for the bills, for everything like that. Take care of the kids. They know their mom is ugly. They know their daddy's ugly. But like I said, what makes somebody beautiful? What is a classically beautiful or attractive human being? I think it's all about thought. Okay, Keith says this. Scott, what about Nas' ex-wife? Kelsey? Do you think Nas' ex was attractive? Are you talking about Lil Nas X? Isn't he gay? What are you talking about? I seriously don't know what you're talking about, Keith. Explain further, please. But like I was saying, you can make it work. If you can make it work, goddamn everybody else. They may have good sex, but you're saying Nas X. Why are you saying Nas X? Oh, Nas is X. Okay, I got what you're saying now. His Khalees. Okay. You want about Scott? Okay, so this is what Keith is saying. Sky, what about Khalees? Do you think Khalees was attractive? Yes, Khalees I think is attractive. She's very attractive to me. I like how she looks. I think her attitude is awful. See, you have an ugly woman, her attitude is probably going to be on point. She's probably going to be, very confident and, but not going to be and nasty and mean and disgusting and stuff like that, catching attitude and always disgruntled and got the lips poked out and all of that. No, she'll probably be very congenial, probably very gentle, sensitive, have an entire life, with you together. Funky attitude. Greg says funky attitude all equals fire coochie. That may be true. I never really experienced, funky attitude. We might have had a few disagreements here and there, but she didn't have a nasty disposition, I would say. She I'm going through all my girlfriends in my head right now. Not the ugly one. The ugly one, she was an anomaly. I don't know where she got, like I was saying earlier though, but she had a weird reading impediment. She would be like, she would read like last statement that said on Greg asked, funky attitude equals fire coochie. Like she had a serious reading impediment. It was crazy. I never had it. Greg S says, rumor has it Sky Saunders employs the back had to correct funky attitude broads. I'm not sure what that means. Employs the back had to correct funky attitude broads. Could you rephrase that or something? It's kind of messy. Backhand. Employs the back. No, I never use a backhand unless the woman is threatening me and especially threatening my life. It's not happening. I would never say I would never hit a woman because I would hit a woman. I would strike a woman. I don't think I would strangle her, but I would probably strike her or, disable her somehow in case that if she threatened my life. That's just me. But I've never had a situation like that. I've never been in a situation that like got to that point. But the ugly girl, oh my gosh, she was a few years older than me. I was like 22, she was 25, I think. She used to bark too. Oh my god. She was not me mild, she was a Christian. It should have been. She used to bark. She barked on me. I gave her barking rights because she was just, so genuine. She was a genuine human being. She used to bark on me. She barked at me one time. I was just like, all right, that's all right. You get the barking rights, that's all right. I let her talk, any way she wanted. And I don't know what the sex was like. I never got to that level with her. Keith, about 9 years ago, I dated a Japanese chick. She was very short, unattractive, and weighed 270 pounds. But she was a very nice person. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You have these people with, you can have a humpback or, scoliosis or something like that. And they can be the most beautiful, gentle, wonderful human beings in the world. Or they could be witches and be nasty and mean based on the fact that they can't deal with the reality of them being, afflicted, I would say, not, mystically, but, just in a medical sense. Oh, Rick James coming. I got all my broke niggas in here. Everybody broke is in here. This is great. This is great. All the broke niggas. Greg S, Keith, and Rick James. All broke. They ain't got no money. They ain't got no money for me. They got money. I know all three of y'all got money. Y'all got money. Y'all just ain't spending it on me. That's fine. So I do have people like Spirit Smooth Tunes, J Tone, Chelsea with the glasses on, and many others. A whole host of people that have given me money for my efforts. So sorry, it's the Broke Boys Club. Exactly. Y'all can get in your own Facebook group or something. Rick James, have you ever dated an ugly person, or are you married to an ugly woman or man? I don't know your preference or orientation. Just waiting on the SS check, of course. But I'm just asking you, Rick James. Have you ever been with an ugly person, or have you ever married an ugly person? I'll give it some time, but gotta fill up some space. I gotta fill up the air. So she has had that reading impediment. It was weird. And I went to one of her Peace Corps meetings. I almost threw up. It was sickening. It was sick to my stomach. Okay. Rick James says it. My ex-wife was ugly inside and out. Okay. I guess that's why she's your ex-wife. I'm glad you didn't say my current wife is ugly inside and out. I would rather somebody be ugly on the outside than on the inside. And that's not that's the usual. Oh, mushy. Oh, isn't that great? But it's true. I mean, it's just my experience. She had a 5 head. Okay. But it's just my experience. Like I said, I would have. She said crazy stuff though. She was one of the first people to ever give me a gift as in a relationship. She gave me a treatise on two governments by John Locke. But she said something crazy. She said, "I think you're going to be my last boyfriend." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. I gotta explore some more on the sea. There's plenty of fish out here. I don't know. You got a lopsided head and you're reading real crazy." I was shallow. I was shallow. But I knew I couldn't be with her because I knew she would be in barking mode on almost all the time. I knew that would be it. I gave her some barking right. I gave her a little bit of leash, but I'll give you an inch, but don't expect a mile. Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg. Now we may happen to fall on somebody who has some pocket work. You have $0 of eons. Salute to you, Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg, as he would like to be addressed. You're in a room full of broke boys. They're gonna start their own Facebook group most likely. Big Elvis, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, sir. If you can, slide me $10, $20. I'm now accepting 10s and 20s. What's your preference, Cash App or PayPal? Cash App, sir. Yes. So, you have an ugly, you have an ugly person on the outside, and that whatever subjective way you can say ugly, or you can say objective way of being ugly, because there's certain ways of being ugly. Like Ayn Rand said in her book on romanticism, a woman with a cold sore on her lip, and in real life, you'll just say, "Oh, that's just a minor affliction. I'm not going to worry about that too much. That's all right." But if you put that in a painting where somebody has a beautiful woman has a cold sore on her lip, that's the most ugly, disgusting, and terrible painting I can name. That is ugliness. That is disgusting. Because you're saying that that's the worldview. That's your own worldview. That's that women have cold sores, and that's all they have to offer. That's the only thing. Their beauty is besmirched. It is tore down because of her cold sore. That's the difference, I think. When you talk about beauty and stuff like that, like you can have in real life, somebody might have some kind of facial scarring or vitiligo or some kind of deformity or defect, but they're a brilliant businesswoman, businessman. They definitely know how to get the job done. They know what they're doing with their lives. They know how to figure out what needs to be done. They just happen to be, according to some people, you may not regard them as such, but they're ugly. And that's sad. You broke niggas better thank your lucky stars for Big Elvis the Chef. Because I was looking like I wasn't going to get a dime from this whole excursion. $10 raised. $70 to go. I appreciate that, Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg, and you put double digits on it. So these broke ass niggas can ask their questions and say stuff like that. I appreciate it. Keith, Rick James, and Greg are all broke. Well, actually, they're not. I had to stop saying that they're broke. I had to say that they're not willing to give me money. But that's just long. That's his longhand. That's the longhand of it. What's really is they don't want to give me money. The people, their fans not. Yeah, they're fans. Exactly. That's exactly what a fan is. Supporters give money and give time and give effort. Fans just sit back and with popcorn and think, hey, look at the guy on the screen. Look at that. I'm gonna put on my little comments in the top chat. Elvis knows what the deal is. That's real. Big Elvis the chef Rosenberg. Excuse me. Have you ever dated an ugly person, or are you? I don't want to say if you're married to an ugly person, but have you ever dated an ugly person? Big Elvis the chef Rosenberg. Have you in your travels, in your time, in your relationships? I'm assuming that you're a heterosexual man, and that you have. Okay, yes, I think we all have. To keep it funky, just to keep it real. I mean, it's nothing to be to hide from. So, and you're married now, Big Elvis the chef. Yes, Keith, but I still don't believe you. I think you're full of shit, to be honest. I don't believe you. Okay, Big Elvis the chef Rosenberg. All right, everything stops. I used to date this chick they called Fragile Rock. Oh boy. Not cute in the face, but she was a gymnast and could ride for an hour. Ooh. Wow. That's all right. I don't know about the hour part, but she could do 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or maybe like 8 minutes. I'll let her go for 8 minutes, and that would be all right. But I appreciate you. Thank you, Big Elvis the chef, for contributing that. Thank you, sir. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate that. We're jumping. I mean, and no females so far. I would love to see a female's perspective, because they have to deal with the psychology of it, like Beyonce. All they said, well, I hope she got her mama's looks. I hope she's got her mama's looks. Hope she looks like her mama instead of Jay-Z. And Blue Ivy Carter came out. She looks like both her mom and her dad at certain times. And she's one of the most beautiful young children in the world. She's on stage dancing and going back and forth. I don't usually talk about minors, but I'm just trying to give you an example of how our psyches disallow us from and prevent us from seeing the truth, seeing reality. Yeah, I wish Michelle was glasses. And her name is Michelle. It's Chelsea. Chelsea with the glasses. You keep saying that, Rick James. You see, he keeps saying Beyonce has an odor or has a stench. I'm not going to feed into that. I don't have any proper documentation on that, so I'm not going to feed into it. So you know, the great one. Who is this? The great one. Okay, the great one's coming in. The great one about to hit you up. It's a stick up, kids. Hey there, great one. How are you, sir? I think if you're a sir, you might be a female, but I'm assuming you're a sir. Women don't usually say they're the great one. Men usually say we're great. We're great ones. Hey, respect, Big Elvis and Chef Rosenberg. I respect your dollar. Thank you very much. And safe travels in all things you do. Respect to you, sir. I really appreciate not just the money, but the time and the honesty. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's not really a packed house. I mean, I should have 60,000 people on here, or 600,000, or 6 million people on here. That's your job, folks. If you want to be broke and you can't give me money that I know you have, at least tell 6 people and let the person wonder what's going on. Just tell 6 people. That's all you gotta do. Tell 6 people what this. Oh yeah, you gotta read this goofball. Listen to this goofball. He's going on and on around rambling and talking shit, running his mouth. That's all you gotta do. How is life? Oh, the great one. All right, the great one is. I don't have a read on you. Hold on. Telling you, I'm out to shake you niggas pocket change, flip you upside down, take your wallet. It's a stick up. Get your hands in the air and get down on the floor. And I'm not talking about dancing. The pound. Rick James is going somewhere else. I don't know where he's going. I don't know what he's talking about. So, I'm waiting on the great one's response, and I'm gonna see, depending on his or her response, if I should continue. Because I only got a few percentage points left on my MacBook, and that doesn't mean I'm rich. My net worth is negative $2,000. That's my net worth. That's facts. That's not even bullshit. That's real life. I have a network in negative 2,000. Yeah, let's continue. You say, Rick James, you're not putting any money down. Oh, my SS check isn't coming. Oh, it was stolen. Oh, my dog ate it. All kinds of bullshit. Talking about some let's continue. That's funny. Okay. All right, so I'm going to let it go down to a few more percentage points. It was stolen, sir. I have reported it to the Federal Reserve. Oh, complete bullshit. I know it. All bullshit. Not real. Fake news. Excuse me. As they would say, fake news. Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock her up. Remember that? Remember all the Trumpsters talking about Hillary Clinton? Lock her up. Lock her up. The irony, right? He's locked up. Oh no, he's locked up. He's a victim. He's a victim of circumstance. No, I'm not a Hillary fan either. I think she drove this country into the ground. Either one of them. I say a pox on both houses. They were both horrible. Suction. Trump 2024. If you're serious, I don't even know what to say to you. You got Sleepy Creepy Joe versus Slum Lord Super Slick Trump, and just dumps Trumpster fire. Trump. She's got to do something for Bill. He likes, you know, he's a little, he likes it real special. That's all I'm going to say. So she's got to be, you know, something. Rick James. I mean, they haven't had a falling out. They haven't been divorced. They haven't had, you know. So she must be doing something right. That's all I'm going to say. She must be doing something. But that, you know, real quick, hold on. Time. I have 5 percentage points left. I said this before. Bill Clinton was impeached for getting a blowjob. Trump was impeached for what? The election and getting the thing. And he was impeached twice. Crazy. Bush wasn't impeached. Obama wasn't impeached. They're both responsible for either initiating or escalating the Iraq wars and Afghanistan war. Why weren't they impeached? For very serious crimes. Crimes that caused thousands of kids to die, to have their lives stolen from them. I mean kids, 18, 19, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds. Just kids. I got to end it on a serious note a little bit, but that always pissed me off. That really angered me. I was just watching a ceremony for Corporal Jason Dunham, a Marine, who landed on a grenade to save his fellow comrades. And this is what I explained in another episode coming up. Just you wait. But he smothered the grenade, and he sustained serious injuries and died days later. And everybody's saying his sacrifice, his unselfishness, his selflessness, as that. Okay, so let me get this straight. You're unselfish if you care for the people that you are interested in, that are your interests. How is that possible? How is that selfless? How is that unselfish? You're caring for you are so empowered, and you would rather see the lives of the people that you care about saved, and you're going to risk your life to save them. How is that selfless? That's completely selfish. What would be selfless is if he took the grenade and he threw it towards his Marines. That would have been unselfish. That would have been selfless. That would have been a sacrifice. That would have been horrible. That would have been a disgusting display of complete and utter altruism and sacrifice and selflessness. So we are so mixed up. Our whole culture is bankrupt in that regard. We say that, oh, he gave his life, the ultimate sacrifice. She gave her life, the ultimate sacrifice. Well, Keith, I mean, I would agree with you. Yeah, they're Benedict Arnolds, and Travis King was the one in North Korea, right? Is that correct? That was the one that wanted to defect to North Korea. I say, why just keep him there? That would have been more punishment than bringing him home. Let him live in North Korea for 2 weeks. See if he doesn't lose his mind. Okay. Yes. So, but I would say, people like Eric Snowden, for the most part, he's mixed. He's not perfect, but he had the scoop on the NSA. They're recording our telephone transactions and calls. He pointed that out. Nobody else talked about it. Now he has, a few flaws to him. He's not, like I say, he's not perfect, but he at least did that. That was a heroic stance, showing that our own government, instead of protecting us like its sole position should be, they're investigating. They're not investigating, but they're tapping into our phones. James the God Brown. Oh my goodness. It's crazy North Korea sent him back. LOL, you figure they would be kept him and used him for propaganda. Well, James, welcome to the show. I don't know if I've had you on here before, but welcome. We have a goal every day. We have $10 raised and 70 to go. If you can do math, you can probably see that. All right. So in these, waning moments, I'll let it go down to maybe 18 and then keep it moving. We have so many people like that don't understand what sacrifice and things of that mean. Okay, so understood, Rick James. It's cool, but that just pissed me off about it just took me to another tangent. I want to revert. I want to get out of that field because I have to say that in about what is it? Now it's the 13th, and about 10 days, 11 days. Today's the 14th, 9 days. So I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it. I'm gonna unleash it. I'm gonna unleash it on all y'all. Y'all not gonna understand what happened. Y'all just gonna have to look back and awe. Just like I'm just gonna go on a tear because it's gonna go a bit about what's going on in Israel. It's gonna go on what's going on with our foreign policy in America. How we don't care about what's going on in Israel, or if we do care, it's about the Palestinians. And then when you look on the news, and it's like it says Hamas, Iran, Israel war. And say that the Hamas's war on Israel, which is what exactly it is, and they're afraid to say, "Well, you have to be objective." How is it objective if you're, not going to show how one side is completely bankrupt of all morality, and the other side is Israel is basically, the only technological civilized society in that entire region. So That's where I am. So hey, it's been real. I'm not gonna wait on James got the God Brown. I was gonna wait to see if he had a little change for me, but I'll take Big Elvis the Chef's donation definitely. I appreciate him for stopping through. I appreciate all you. I want to call you broke. I will call you shiftless, shiftless Negroes that don't have a clue on how to pay a boss like myself. So I appreciate you all for listening and watching, and I will see you either tomorrow or on Monday. Thank you very much. Take care.